class? Okay. So morning, everybody. We've just started our class. Okay, it's 11:30 exactly. And I will start by, I took the attendance for most of you. Still, we are 42 students. So let's see who's left. Okay. Kindly, please, when you enter this session, just name yourself by your name, at least first name and family name. Okay. If you are naming yourself by any nickname, please stop using that and you have a chance to rename yourself. Tamam, this is first. Okay. Second, I will start taking the questions. I think Munder, you have a question, darling? Yes, tell me. Yes, Munder. Munder, I can hear you.
Teacher, no, I don't have a question.
But why did you raise your hand? Okay.
ما فتحش.
والله طيب. Okay, teacher. طيب, is there anyone with any question? Do you have any question? Shabab or Sabaya, before we start, I'm waiting already for the rest of your students. Sami, you raised your hand. Is there any question?
Yes. Miss Chapter 18, do we need a geometry set or something?
For Chapter 18, we need grid papers. You need a ruler, okay? But you don't need a geometric set. Yeah, you don't need your protractor or your compass. You just need a ruler, and we need grid papers. Yes, we need that. Okay,
thanks.
Thank you. You're mostly welcome. Okay. Yes, Yasmin.
In the using bearings and in the scale drawing, when I read the questions alone, my measurements were different, like especially in the angles.
Especially in the angles. Did you draw well, Yasmin?
Yes.
So what do you think was the problem?
Like, there's a question, I redrew it like 4 times, but the difference is still the same.
The difference is how much, teacher? Is it plus minus? And up to 4 degrees in your angle would be accepted, and up to plus minus 0.2 in your measurement will be accepted if that before the scale. طبعا when we multiply بده يفرق أكتر. Okay? يعني Yasmina, for example, when you have a difference in your measurement 0.2 and then you apply a scale by multiplying by 10 or 8 or 4, of course the difference will be will be more. ولا لا؟ يعني imagine that a 0.1 if you just multiply it by 8 بالفاينل answer رح تفرق معك تقريبا 0.8. So that would be a big difference when you are applying a scale. So 0.1 is very يعني you have to be very accurate in your drawing. تمام?
Thank you.
Okay, Yasmina, you're mostly welcomed. Still, we're 48. I'm waiting for the rest of the students. Did anyone had any problem regarding entering the class? Because I didn't today send a message. Directly, I went through this class and you should receive a notification on your Mayar account. Is there any problem attending the class? Taha, teacher, do you have a question? You just raised your hand.
Yes, teacher.
Tell me, Taha.
Teacher, did you receive my homeworks?
Yes, I received it. Yes, teacher.
They were good?
They were good, and I sent the answers. So you can check your answers, ya Taha, by the answer sheet that we sent attached to the last PowerPoint we sent.
طيب ماشي مس يعطيك العافية.
يعافيك يا مس. أهلين حبيبي. يس عبد الحميد.
مس اليوم علينا واجب؟
اليوم علينا واجب. يس اليوم رح يكون علينا واجب يا عبد الحميد.
Okay, thank you.
أهلين يا مس. I'm just waiting for the rest of the students, so I'm taking the attendance. So Abdul Hamid just attended the class. We're left with Khalid, Faris, Muhammad Hafiz. Still, I didn't see them. Let's see. Let's check. هي يحيى صهيب معنا. يوسف أبو خاص وصل. Okay. رايا راما. هي رايا كمان. Okay. في عنا سلين وسلين. هي لين البو. Lin, teacher, did you attend our last class by another name? Lin Elbaud? No, it was by the same name?
Yes, Lin Elbaud.
Tamam. Thank you, teacher. Khalid, he's with us? Okay, so let's see. Where is Khalid? Rakan Abu Shwime. Farah Hani, did you enter from two devices? Because I have you as two names.
No, it's because I left accidentally.
Okay, تمام. وهي سيلين جودة وصلت. سيلين محمد.
I'm here.
Hi teacher, I just saw your name, so that's why I'm taking the attendance. وعنا رغد. كمان
Okay.
you are here. Thank you teacher. Okay. Selma, Sarah Al-Asmar. Sarah Sabbagh is not here, not yet. We have only one Yusuf. يوسف الثاني لسه ما وصل. Okay. Hello, teacher. I can't wait for more. I will, but by the end of this class, I will take the attendance. And now I don't want to lose much of our time, so I will start sharing my screen and start the new presentation. This is lesson 18.1. So we will start our explanation, and then I will give you a chance, as usual, to ask your questions. Is that okay? So this is the PowerPoint for today that we will start talking about. Okay. Yeah. First of all, this sheet is the answers for lesson 17.2. Okay. I already sent it last time, but this is again just to show it in front of everybody. These are the answers. As I told you last class, that question 2, it's not really important to check your drawing. You can check your answers if they were right or wrong by checking part B and C. So if you got the same answers, a plus minus, of course, you have, that means in your drawing was right for the scale drawing part A, okay? And also for exercise 4, it's the same. So if you got 7.4 kilometers distance and 218 as the bearing, also your that means in your drawing was right, okay? So today we will start with lesson 18.1, and we will be talking about the gradient of a graph, okay? So first of all, what is our outcome for today? Our outcome would be to find the gradient of any line or between 2 points that are on the line, okay? But just as a warm-up, as a start, who can just help me and write down as many coordinates as we can find from this grade? How can we find the coordinates, points that are on the graph, okay? Who wants to participate? Yeah, let's see. Hence, who can participate? Give me a coordinate of a point that is on the graph. Let's say I will start with the first point. It's this point and it's 0, 4. This is the first point. Okay, we have 2 participants. Who are they? خلينا نشوف مين. And Sami, yes, Sami. Give me another point that is exactly on the graph. Yes, Sami.
The graph doesn't show on my show.
Can you see the presentation? Can you see
Yeah.
it?
It's on the homework slide.
Yes.
For everybody?
Yes.
Type. Okay, I will stop the share and I will start from here. Okay, let me just give me another, let's share again, huh? Share screen. Highly presentation. Why share again? Do you have it now, everybody? Please, if yes, just send me a thumb up. Thank you, Sami, for the note. If do you have a graph now? Great.
Yes.
Okay, Sami. Yes, Huda. Thank you, teacher. Okay, so we have points. So our outcome for today. Thank you. بس سامي بدي ارجع اعمل لك ميوت لو سمحت. نعمل ميوت. Thank you very much. Okay. طيب. هلا, what we will be talking about, as I said, so I will just go back a little bit. Oh, it's not going back. Why? Okay. Yeah. So this is our lesson, as I said, for today. We will be talking about gradient of the graph. Linear outcome to find the gradient of any line, okay, or between any 2 points. Just as a warm-up, as I told you, you have a graph in front of you. We will find points that are on this graph. I want you to give me the coordinates of these points. Yeah. We have Nizar. Yes, Nizar. The first point.
Teacher,
what is the coordinate? Oh.
It is 2, 5.
You are talking about the second point. Yes, it's
Yes.
2 and 5. That's right. Thank you, Nizar. Thank you. Type. Let's go by Selma. Give me one more point. Another point. Yes, Selma. Selma? I can hear you, teacher. It's 4 and 6. Let's see. Huh? Yes, it's 4 and 6. Okay, one more point. خلينا نروح هلا صابوني. Yes, teacher, give me a point.
6 and 7.
It's 6 and 7. That is right. Thank you, Hala. Okay, one more. Jawad, give me a point that is on the graph. Jawad? Yes, yeah, Jawad.
8, 8.
It's 8 and 8. So these are points that are on the graph, and these are just the coordinates of these points. Thank you. Okay, you can just please lower your hands. طيب, let's go by, what do we mean by gradient? Okay, gradient, or we can just say the steepness and the slope of any graph. Of course, everybody knows that when we have a linear equation, like y equals to x minus 3, this is a linear equation. The linear equation, if I want to draw it on the graph, what shall I do? I can draw it and I result by a straight line. Okay, so how steep is this line? Okay, how can we find the steepness of this line? This is what we will learn today. Okay, if I want to define the gradient, I'm talking about the steepness of the graph. Okay, of course, we have different types of graph. It can be an increasing graph going upward, or it can be a decreasing graph going downward or down the hill. Okay, if it was an increasing graph, the gradient will be positive. And if it was a decreasing line going down, okay, that would be a negative gradient. Okay, what is the gradient again? If I want to define the gradient or the slope, the gradient or the slope is measured by how far can we go up divided by how far can we go across the graph. Okay, so it's up divided by cross. And if I'm going, for example, up for 2 units and across for 2 units, that would be 2 divided by 2, and that equals 1. Any questions so far? How can we find the gradient? It's up divided by across. Tamam. Let's continue. Do we have different gradients, different slope? Yes, we have different types of gradient. As I just mentioned in the beginning, if we have a graph that is going upward or it's an increasing graph, that would be a positive gradient. And if I have a graph that is going downward, okay, that would be a negative gradient. Of course, we have other lines, other straight lines, other than upward and downward. Okay, we have the horizontal line. And the horizontal line, it's a line parallel to the x-axis, and that would have 0 gradient. And we will see how can we find that in a minute. Yes, we also have the vertical line, and the vertical line has a gradient of non-defined or undefined gradient. And also we will explain that in a minute. So we will end up with 4 different types of gradients. Here we are. Either we have the first one, it's a positive slope, it's an increasing line, okay? Or it's a negative slope, it's a decreasing line. It can be a horizontal line. دقيقة يا جواد. When I just finish the point, and then I will take your answer. Please lower your hand. Thank you. So it's either increasing or decreasing, that would be negative, or it's a horizontal line parallel to the x-axis, and that would be a 0 slope, or it can be a vertical line, and this is what we call a non-defined. This is a non-defined slope. The last case, this is a case that we will not ask you about. The last case, you may not find it up to this level in our questions, but we will find a positive slope, we will find a negative gradient, and we will find a 0 gradient, which means a horizontal line. Okay, just I want you to remember the 3 graphs, these 3 types of gradients: positive slope, negative slope, and a 0. يا جواد يا ماما اعطيني دقيقة أشرح يا حبيبي. Thank you. I just want you to remember these 3 shapes of gradients, and then we will talk about how can we find it. تفضل يا جواد. نعم مس.
Teacher, how do we know the difference between the positive slope and the negative?
شايف البيكتشر قدامك teacher؟
مش يعني الاتجاه بس؟
جواد شايفها مس قدامي يعني بدي احكي لك عنها. Okay, can you see the first drawing where I have the positive slope? What kind of graph is that? Is it an increasing graph ولا decreasing graph? This is from other stages يعني هدول lower stages. هذا الجراف اللي قدامك teacher, is it increasing or decreasing?
بس مش عارف إذا عشان
مش
هيك
عارف
سألت
إذا هذا
سؤال.
increasing يعني عمرك ما شفت increasing graph ما بتعرف كيف it's increasing in the values. يعني مثلا لما بتكون x for example is let's say 4 okay قديش y يا teacher؟ بدها تكون مثلا other values ممكن تكون 6 7 whatever. طيب as x increases شو بيصير للvalues of y؟ increases يبقى هذا what kind of graph is that يا teacher؟
فهمت.
it's increasing graph. تمام. طيب طلع لي هلا على الفاليوز تبعون مين؟ السكند جراف. شايف السكند جراف يا جواد؟
أوكي. شايف.
مثلا طلع على الفاليوز of x as I'm going from left to right. اوكي الفاليوز of x شو عم بيصير لهم؟ increasing صح؟ طلع على الفاليوز of y شو عم بيصير لهم؟ بينزلوا على النيجاتيف. مزبوط؟ So as x increases ال y values شو صار لهم؟ decreasing. يبقى هذا decreasing graph. تمام؟
يعني لازم نركز على الواي عشان نعرف إذا هي increasing أو decreasing.
مش بنركز على الواي teacher. إحنا we are just checking the difference. What is happening? x عم بيزيد y عم بيزيد that means increasing. طيب مس x is increasing y decreasing معناتها هذا شو؟ It's a decreasing graph.
يعني لازم يكون نفس الشيء عشان يكون increasing. لازم يكون مثلا الثنتين increasing عشان يكون increasing.
بالضبط يا teacher. لازم as x increases y increases that would be a positive gradient. If one of them increasing but the second is decreasing that means it's a negative slope or a negative gradient.
فهمت.
طيب check that. Check the last one جواد. The third graph اللي عندها zero slope the horizontal line. Did you see it? Okay. The values of x are changing but y is the same. Y is the same. So what kind of graph is this?
It's
a straight line, horizontal line, parallel to the x-axis. And that means what? The slope is zero or the gradient is zero. Did you understand it? Did you understand the difference between the three of them?
Yes.
Thank you, Jawad. Okay, teacher. Any other questions? Okay, can we just proceed? Thank you. Yeah, let's see. How can we define a gradient? As I just said, if we have a graph, okay, and we want to find the gradient, what shall I do? As we just mentioned, the gradient between any 2 points on the graph. So you can choose any point, any 2 points on the graph and see the difference between them. Okay, how much is upward and downward? How much is right and left? Okay, so let's go by how many units did we rise up? We will just count the squares and they are 8 units. And how many units did we go across? These are 4 units to the right. So how much is that? They are 8 divided the change in y divided by the change in x. And that would be 8 divided by 4. And this is 2. What did I do? I just counted how many squares we have up, the difference between the 2 points, and the difference between the 2 points that are across. Okay, so how much up and how much across, and then I found it, the gradient. Okay, let's take more examples. How can I find the gradient for this one? Who wants to help? I will choose any 2 points, but you have to be, let's say, careful when you are choosing the points. So choose 2 points that are exact with an exact coordinate. I don't want to have decimals in my numbers. Let's see who wants to participate. By the way, أنا بس عندي سامي كتير بيشارك. يوسف أبو خاص. Yes, teacher. Yes, Yusuf. أبو خاص.
0, 4 and 8, 8.
Okay, so you chose 2 points. For example, راح أخذ أنا هدول البوينتس إني أنا already رسمهم يوسف. Okay, so I will take the point that is 2, 5 and 0, 4. Okay, the first 2 points that we got. طيب, how can we find it? How many across? How many up? Sorry. How many units up?
1.
1 divided by how many across?
1.5.
again يا لا it's not 1.5 كيف 1.5 this is 1 square وهذا 1 square how many they are
2.
2 so this is 1 over 2 and the gradient is a half
1 over
what did
2.
I do excellent thank you Yusuf so it's 1 and this is up divided by 2 units which is across and that is a half thank you Yusuf yeah who wants to help with second example let's take 2 points I just chose هدول 2 points يلا who wants to help let's see مين عنا يحيى دولة يس يحيى صهيب يلا يحيى I can hear you teacher huh how many up
4
4 and how
down.
many down okay so that would be the gradient is it 1 up احنا we're going up ولا we're going down يا يحيى
We're going down, teacher. Decreasing.
we're going down because it's a decreasing line that's
Yes.
right okay so -4 we're going down for 4 okay and then we are going to the right and so that would be -4
Yes,
divided by 1
-4
and the gradient should be negative. That is right great يا يحيى thank you طيب let's find يلا these ناخذ 2 points and let's try to work them out ناخذ عمر جيوسي يس يا عمر
بس أنا مش فاهم بس بجرب يعني.
انت بس بتجرب يلا بتجرب اوكي انا نقي لك 2 points هي اخذت لك 2 points شو رايك
0 1
هلا let's go by is it an increasing line ولا decreasing line يا عمر
بس هاي increasing
هاي increasing تمام okay how many upward units we are going
3
3 and how many across units we are going
1
1 so the gradient is
1 over 3
هلا مس احنا مش قلنا up divided by the across
لخبطت
okay
3 over 1
yeah it's 3 over 1 and so your gradient is 3 thank you يا عمر يلا let's take someone else ناخذ بان يلا يا بان
2.2
راح اخذ لك هدول 2 points يا بان شو رايك
اوكي هلا up 4
up 4
across 2
let me ask you something ban did you go up or you went down is it an increasing line or a decreasing line
decreasing
it's a decreasing line so you went down by 4 okay so how much is that is it 4 positive or negative 4
-4
-4 it's -4 and how many across
2
2 so what is the gradient
so -4 divided by 2
-4 divided by 2 and the answer is
-2
it's -2 excellent okay it should be negative because it's a decreasing line okay so I just want to say to take questions مين عنده question if you don't have a question you can lower your hand عمر جيوسي نبلش فيك do you have any question if you don't have a question okay Munder do you have a question
No, I just wanted to answer.
you wanted to answer تمام okay مين كمان still في عندي 3 students Rama Barakat do you have a question
Yes, teacher. How do we find out which points do we use?
okay this is the point that I just wanted to answer to say Rama you can choose any 2 points you want the difference would be the same yani for example if I from the first graph ya Rama if I just chose any 2 points okay I will be choosing any 2 points let's say I am taking this point and that point down there Rama when you are choosing points you have to be very careful then you don't want to choose points that are exact between lines yani for example check that if can you see the top one can you find the coordinate exactly no because that would be 1 point something and 5 صح so when I am choosing the points I choose points that has exact coordinates yani this one it has a coordinate of what 1 and 4 This one, it has a coordinate of 0 and 1. So I have to be careful when we are choosing points, and I avoid the points that are between lines. Is that clear?
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Rama. Okay. يلا مين كمان؟ يوسف أبو خاص, do you have a question? Rama, please lower your hand. Yusuf Abu Khas. Yes, yeah, Yusuf.
Teacher, I don't have a question.
You just wanted to answer. Okay, Jawad, do you have a question? You raised your hand.
Yes, teacher.
نعم.
هسا the line, it should like extend so we could know like the exact it's increasing or decreasing.
مش فاهمة عليك. كيف يعني إذا بدي أعرف إنه increasing ولا decreasing؟
لازم اللاين تكون مثلا infinite طولها.
لازم اللاين تكون infinite. مين اللي عم رسم هدول؟ كيف يعني يا جواد اللاينز لازم تكون infinite؟ These are lines and they go to infinity, teacher. Yes, they are lines and they go to infinity. كيف يعني بدي أعرف increasing ولا decreasing يا ماما؟
عشان إذا كانت محدودة وفي أرقام بعدين بتروح من هاللاين.
جواد إحنا ما في عنا lines تكون محدودة, teacher. This is an equation and you can apply any line, any value of x, and you will get different values of y. So they will go to infinity, teacher. And when I said that we select 2 points, any 2 points will do the job. Is that clear?
طيب.
Any 2 points will do the job. Is that clear?
Okay.
Thank you, Jawad. Okay, so let's continue. And هاي فارس صار معانا كمان. كنت عم بدور على هاي فارس بنات. Okay. فارس بنات ب 8C. Okay. Yeah. Let's continue. We have, I want you, everybody now, to open your course book. Everybody should have your course book, your notebook in front of you, okay? And we will answer the first exercise, which is exercise 1. I will give you just a few seconds. Please get ready. I want you to write date, title, and page number, okay? This is lesson 18.1, okay? This is lesson, Anna Jawad, please turn off your mic. Jawad? Jawad? Turn off your mic, please.
teacher.
Miss حبيبي طفي المايك. شكرا. Okay, everybody, I will just give you a few seconds. I want you to get your book, open your book, page 166, open your notebook, write the title, the date. Title is 18.1, Finding Gradient. Okay, and open your book, get ready, read exercise 1, and so we will answer it in a minute. Huda Husseini, do you have a question, darling?
No, I just wanted to answer question 1.
Okay, Sami, please lower your hand. Sami Al-Majali, do you have any question?
No, same thing.
Thank you. Please just lower your hand and I will give you a minute. Just get ready with your notebook. Don't forget to write date and title. We are answering the questions now. مين عم بكتب؟ Okay. From our book, we have to calculate the gradient for these 2 lines. Okay. Who wants to help? Let's find the gradient for line A. Yeah, we have 5 participants. Ragad, يلا يا Ragad. Let's start with Ragad. Ragad? Yes, yeah, teacher. I can hear you, Mama. Ragad, المايك بفتحه بسكر. بطلنا. Ragad, your mic is open. Yes, I can hear you. طيب ناخد حدا تاني. ناخد سيلين إسماعيل. Yes, teacher. Selena. When I just call your name, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, يلا يا teacher. Can you answer the first exercise? How can we find the gradient for line A?
So it's going 1 down.
Okay, so we are going for line A. Did you notice إنه we are talking about line A? Okay, we are fine for line A. Is it, Selena, but just a minute, darling. Is it an increasing line or a decreasing line?
It's increasing.
It's increasing, that's right. So how many units we are going down?
It's 6 units.
we're going upward 6 units. And then how many units we are going across?
2 units.
And 2. So that would be 6 divided by?
Which is 3.
6 divided by 2, and that is 3. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, who wants to continue with part B? What is the gradient for part B? Let's take مين عنا؟ جنى جبر. يلا يا جنى. جنى جبر. Yes.
So 1 over.
احنا we are going up 1, and how many across?
4.
It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Jana, is it an increasing line or a decreasing line?
Decreasing.
هذا decreasing.
Increasing.
It's an increasing. So what is the gradient?
0.25, 1 over 4.
It's 1 over 4 or 0.25. Jana, by the way, and everybody, we can write the gradient as a decimal. We can write it as a fraction. We can write it as a positive, negative number. Yes, we can write it in these forms. Is that okay? So if you said 0.25 also, that would be accepted. Thank you very much, Jana. Okay, yeah, let's go by. This is exercise 1. Everybody wrote that on their notebook? If yes, please send me thumb up. Can I see the thumb up? نشوف مين ما كتب. Great, thank you. بس على فكرة حدا واحد اللي بعت لي، سامي. الوحيد اللي بعت لي thumb up. What about the rest? Okay, وهي عمر جيوسي. تمام. Okay. Yeah, let's go by the second exercise. This is exercise number 3 from our book. And we have lines A, B, and C. Okay? يلا, who wants to help me find the gradient for the first line? Line A. يلا, who wants to participate? كل دول? Let's see. حدا ما شارك معنا. إسراء. Yes, يا إسراء. إسراء. يلا يا teacher. How can I find the gradient for the first part?
A.
How many? Is it an increasing line or a decreasing line, يا إسراء?
It's decreasing.
It's decreasing. So how many units you're going down, Yasra?
Going down is
how many?
4.
They are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, that's right. So, and how many units you are going across?
1.
1. So what is the gradient?
4 over 1.
It's 4 over 1. But you just said it's 4 down. How do we write 4 down, Yasra?
Negative 4 over.
It's negative 4 over 1. So the gradient is negative 4. Thank you very much, Yasra. Okay, who wants to help with part B? Let's take more hands. نشوف خالد. Yes, خالد. زمان ما سمعنا صوتك يا خالد. يلا خالد.
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
I'll go
part B. عفوا مش سامعتك.
Decreasing line. It is decreasing.
It's a decreasing line. So you're going down how many units?
3.
We are going 3. How do we write 3 down?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. And how many across?
3 also.
Okay. So what is the gradient?
1.
Again?
Negative 1.
It's negative 3 over 3. And that would be negative 1. Excellent يا خالد. Thank you very much. يلا. More hands. نعم.
I just joined. I didn't find the code.
بشار. راح عليك من شرح الدرس. أهلا يا بشار. بشار, I will send the presentation. It's very easy. You can just go through it. Okay. وهلأ برجع بنعيد الإكسرسايز هذا. So ركز معي يا بشار. تمام؟ يلا. Okay. يلا. By the way, everybody, we're not sending the code as a message so far. You will receive a notification on your mobile that the class already started. تمام؟ فلازم تكون فاتح على الإي-سكول تبعتك online. Okay? directly when you receive the notification بتفوت على في box هيك blue box مكتوب عليه تنبيهات المدرسة. وبقول لك إنه الحصة التفاعلية Miss Halima mathematics directly just click in and you will find yourself in. Is that clear? Okay, so we're not sending any SMS on your phones from now on. Who wants to help with part C? يلا نشوف حدا تاني. Part C. وهي رمان حنان العلي. يلا يا حنان. Help me with part C.
Part C, the line is decreasing.
It's decreasing.
So negative 2 over 4.
Negative 2 down, 1, 2, 3, 4. So negative 2 over 4, and the answer is?
equals negative 0.5.
Okay, or a negative half. That's right. Excellent. So any questions so far على لهون اللي وصلنا? How can we find the gradient? If you don't have a question, please lower your hand and I will give a chance for the questions. Please, if you don't have a question, just please lower your hand. Thank you. بس عشان نعرف مين اللي عنده questions. So I would repeat بس عشان بشار. في حدا شباب داخل من اسم home. Kindly please rename yourself. اللي داخل من اسم home. في حدا داخل اسم home. Either you would rename yourself or I would just make you leave the meeting. في حدا داخل باسم home. Please لو سمحتوا يا شباب. Thank you. Okay, so we don't have any questions. Still في عنا إسراء ومحمد ملكاوي. Yes, إسراء. Do you have any question, darling? نعم, تفضلي miss.
I wanted to answer.
Okay, I said lower your hand. Thank you very much. محمد ملكاوي, do you have a question? Yes, محمد.
I lowered my hand.
Okay, thank you very much. So I will just repeat what did we say عشان Bashar just joined us. Okay, Bashar, we said and we find the gradient of the graph. How do we find the gradient of the graph? We find the gradient of the graph, your teacher. The gradient is the steepness of the graph. The gradient can be a positive number if my line is increasing. And it can be a negative number if my line is decreasing. How do we find it? We find it by going how many units up? جود عطية معلش بس تسكري للمايك. شكرا. Okay, we just find it by looking at the graph and checking how many units we are going up. Divide that by how many units we are going across. So it's always change in the y, يعني how many units up and down, divided by how many units right and left. تمام? Is that clear, Bashar?
Yes, teacher, but هلا هذا الخط اللاين اللي من فوق.
هذا اللاين it's a decreasing line. كيف عرفنا انه decreasing؟ هيو نازل نزول. As the values of x increases بس تزيد x شو بيصير بالواي؟ عم بنقصوا بينزلوا على النيجاتيف. اوكي؟
Yes, بس هذا اللاين التو لاينز اللي بنحكي انه going up بنحسب وبعدين divided by the another line هذا دائما موجود ولا يعني بعطونا اياه بالسؤال؟
لا بس هدول ما بيكونوا راسمين لك اياه، انت بدك ترسم، تختار اي 2 points، اي 2 points، يعني مثلا بتقدر تاخذ هاي اللي هي مثلا 1 with 0 و0 with 1 to see how many units up and how many units down. اوكي بس اتذكر انه هذا decreasing ف you will go by unit down يعني negative 1 وبعدين unit to the right فرح تكون negative 1 divided by 1 فبيطلع جوابك negative 1. If you chose any 2 points أي points على الجراف يا بشار and you found the gradient between them, okay, you will get the same gradient across the line. Is that clear?
Yes, okay. Thank you.
تمام. هلا we will proceed and you stay with me. If you have any question, you can raise your hand when I give the chance. عمر جيوسي. Yes, يا teacher.
لا بس عشان حكيتي proceed رفعت ايدي.
أيوة لا ملحق حالك من البداية. تمام يا عمر. Okay. طيب. هلا this is exercise 6. Everybody please look at your book page 167. This is exercise number 6. And I want you please, when you check exercise 6, look at the numbers that we have on the axis. طلعوا لي على النمبرز اللي we have on the axis. طلعوا على النمبرز اللي we have على y axis and the numbers that we have on the x axis. If I asked you what is the difference between any 2 points موجودين على x axis? Is it 1 unit? ها رمادنا is it 1 unit? هلا رمادنا is it 1 unit? How much is that? It's
10 units.
It's 10 units. That's right. Okay. So حبيت مثل اللي بكتبوا لنا. عن جد أنا مضطرة إني أنا كل حصة وباي ذا واي هدول بنحطها على اليوتيوب فبشوفونا العالم كلهم تقريبا بإنه المس عم بتبهدلنا. عم بتقولنا عيب. Okay. So it's 10 units. هلا you're still with me?
Yes.
يلا. Let's try to find the gradient for the first line. يلا. Let's choose 2 points. Which 2 points would you choose? Pardon?
23. 20 and 3.
Let's choose 1 point on line A. Yeah.
20.
It's 20 with 3. This is the first point. Okay. What about the second point? Huh?
20 and 2.
راح آخذ 10 with negative 2. Okay?
Okay.
Remember, Ramadne, remember Hala, we said that you should be careful when you are choosing your points. So take points that are exactly, okay, on the cross. يعني لازم يكون عندهم exact coordinate. And that would be easier in your calculation. تمام? So we avoid the points that are between lines لأنه صعب أطلع الcoordinate تبعهم. That won't be accurate. Okay, Hala? So on purpose, I chose these 2 points. Now, it's an increasing line or a decreasing line?
Decreasing.
هذا decreasing?
No, so it's increasing.
It's increasing. So how many units you are going up, ya Hala?
5.
Let's see. We are going 1, 2, 3, 4, and yes, 5 squares. And how many units you are going across?
10.
It's 10. It's not 1 unit. They are 10 because it's between 10 and 20. That's right. So what is the gradient?
5 divided by 10, which is 0.5.
That is right. Thank you, Hala. Excellent. Great job. Okay. So who wants to continue with the second one? نشوف حدا تاني. Thank you, Hala. نشوف جود صدقة. يلا يا جود.
Okay.
يلا.
The line is increasing.
It's increasing, and I will take these 2 points.
Okay.
So how many up?
Up 2.
2. And how many across?
4.
4 units. Are you sure إنه they are 4? يعني أقول إيش يا جود؟ أقول 2 divided by 4?
Yes.
طب جود, did you check the numbers on the x-axis? Did you notice that we are jumping tens?
Oh, I mean 40.
So 2 divided by?
40.
So 2 divided by 40, and when we simplify it, it's?
0.05.
It's 1 over 20. And yes, if you change it to a decimal, that would be 0.05. Tamam?
Yeah.
Okay, Jude, thank you very much. Who wants to help with the third line, line C? Is it an increasing line or a decreasing line? يلا, مين من الشباب؟ نشوف راما. يلا يا راما. راما بركات.
Okay, so and I chose points -1, 0 and
Okay,
-2,
it's
50.
0, -1. It's 0, -1, darling.
0, -1 and 50, -2.
And 50 with -2. Yes, that is right. I chose the same 2
So
points. Yes, it's a decreasing line.
Yes, so it's -1 divided by 50.
So it's negative 1. It's negative. Oh, sorry. It's -1 divided by 50, and this is great. Any questions so far? في أي سؤال؟ Okay. Yeah. Let's continue. Let's see. If you don't have a question, please lower your hand. So we have. So we would know who is exactly has the question. Thank you, Rama. Will you please mute yourself? Thank you. Okay. Let's see who has a question. Okay, Farahani. Yes, teacher. Do you have a question?
No. I just want to stand.
Okay. طيب Munder, shall I lower your hand or you have a question, darling? منذر ما عندنا مش سؤال. بشار. يس بشار.
تيتشر هلا مش عارف كيف افرق اذا هو increasing or decreasing مش
Okay, بشار, هي الفكرة إنه you entered تقريبا 20 minutes late, so we explained that. Okay, already we explained it, but in all cases, بشار, you have to check the values. I will repeat what I just explained لجواد. You have to check the values of x and the values of y. Okay, هلا check the values of x. We are going from 0 till the right. Okay, the values of x are increasing. كانوا 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on. So they are increasing, the teacher. Check their values in the graph. When x was 10, y was 1.
1.
طيب, شوف لما مثلا for example, x صارت 50, how much y is?
3.
3. Okay, so x is increasing as well as y is increasing. صح؟
صح.
So هذا بسميه increasing line, increasing graph. تمام؟
تمام.
Now check graph number C or part C. Did you see it?
Yes.
طلع لي هلا على values of x وشوف values of y. يعني مثلا لما كانت values of x for example 10.
صارت
okay.
-2.
قديش كانت -1 تقريبا -1 value of y. طيب شوف لما صارت x is increasing صارت x 50 قد ايه صارت الواي؟ negative 2. Did it increase or it decreases?
Yeah, it decreases.
It decreases, so it went down. So what kind of graph is this?
Decreasing.
It's a decreasing line. So you check the values of x and you compare it with the values of y shown by the graph. If both of them, x and y, increasing, this is an increasing line. If one of them is increasing while the other at the same time is decreasing, هذا بنسميه decreasing line. تمام يا teacher?
تمام يسلموا.
Okay, Bashar, thank you. We have two hands. Hamza Assaf. Yes, your teacher. Hamza? Hamza, I can hear you. بطلنا بنا طه. Okay. إسراء, ليش عملتي unmute? Thank you. طه. Yes, your teacher. طه.
Can you explain A, please?
Can I explain A again? حاضر يا طه. Yeah. Okay, Taha, this is line A, so I will just go a little bit for part A. Taha, we said that this is an increasing line, so we choose any 2 points, and we avoid the points that are between the lines, so we will go by points that exactly بيجوا على الكروس, okay? Why? Because they have exact coordinates, and that would make our life easier. تمام? Okay, so I will choose this point, هاي البوينت اللي فوق, which is 20 with 3, and this point down اللي هي راح تكون 10 مع negative 2, okay? And I will find how many lines up and down did I go? They are how many? I just counted the squares. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. So I have 5 up, okay? And how many across? Check that. هلا هي على الجrid paper, it's 1 square. But when I check the numbers on the x-axis, it's from 10 to 20. So how many are they? Are they 1 unit?
No, 10 units.
They are 10 units. So I just said 5 divided by 10, okay, considering the numbers on the axis. And that when I simplified, it became a half.
Okay.
Any question, Taha?
No,
thank
teacher,
you.
thank you.
Okay, you're mostly welcomed. Tamam. So these are the question number 6, okay? So far, we know how to find the gradient. If we have a graph and we have a grid, we just find the, let's say, the up and down squares and divide them by the across squares. Once we don't have a question, so we will proceed, okay? Let's go by. If I don't have a graph, yes, Sammy, okay? Sammy, so we're not answering questions. Just please lower your hand and let's explain the second part of this lesson, okay? How can I find the gradient of a straight line, okay, if I don't have a graph? If there is no graph, they just give me points and they asked for the gradient. Oh, teacher, when I have a graph, I know how to go by up and down, okay, and find the squares that are across, divide them and find my gradient. But what if I have only points and I don't have the drawing? How can I do that? Okay. A straight line goes through the points, of course, and we have point that has a coordinate of x and y. The second point will be x2, y2. These are the 2 points. وهيك بيجي لي question. بيجيب لك إنه this is a straight line that passes through point xy, بعدين x2, y2. وبقول لك find the gradient. How can I find it? Is there a rule to help me in that? We will find the gradient by this rule. محمد ملكاوي لسه أنا ما بدي نحل. إحنا لسه عم نشرح إشي جديد. فبعد إذنك ركز بس معي. Okay? So the gradient, it's the change in y divided by the change in x. Oh, teacher, what do you mean by change? The word change. What kind of operation is that? Who can help me? When I say change, what kind of operation is that? Let's see. Selma, what kind of operation is that? قولي لي يا سلوم.
Subtraction.
It's subtraction. Excellent. So I will just subtract or find the difference. Thank you very much, everybody. Selma already answered. So the change in y, that means I will find the difference between the y coordinates and divide that by the difference in the x coordinates. Let's see. Which means it's y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. And please consider, okay, the order. يعني when I say y2 minus y1, معناتها x2 minus x1. I don't switch them, because if you switch them, you will get a different sign. Is that clear? Okay, let's take an example. And our example will be directly from the book. So I want you to check your exercise number 8 from our book, page 167. كلياتنا لو سمحتوا. I will give you a minute to read the question carefully. بعدين راح أخذ participation. So thank you, Yahya, Sami, and Selene. Please lower your hands. Read the question step by step. I will give them a second to read it. Okay? Try to work it out on your notebook, and then we will answer it together. Yeah. And I'm just giving you a chance to read it carefully, the question, check the points, okay? And try to apply the rule that we've just talked about. Remember, it's the change in y divided by the change in x. Did you read it? Yeah. Let's go by. مين أول حدا رفع إيده؟ Hey, Sami, Yahya Darwish. Okay, Yahya Darwish. I didn't hear you today. How are you, teacher?
Alhamdulillah, miss, how are you?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah. Yahya, help me, what shall I do? How can I find the gradient when I have 2 points? What shall I do? The first one, the first part.
3, -4, and 4, -2.
Okay, first of all, they gave you 3 points, okay? So you can choose any 2 points, okay? 2 points are enough to find the gradient, okay? طيب, I already chose 3 and -4, 6 and 2. The first 2 points. طيب, Yahya, can I ask you something? Does it make a difference if I chose other points? يعني if I chose 6 and 2 and 4 and -2, does it make any difference?
No, it doesn't.
I will have the same gradient. So this is the first point, everybody. If you choose any 2 points, remember we said any 2 points on the line, they will give you the same gradient if your steps are right. If your steps are right. قول لي يا يحيى, what shall I do? Highly gradient.
6 - 3 divide by 6 - 3.
بس بدي أقول لك شغلة.
أيوة.
إحنا we said that the coordinate is x and y. You are saying 6 - 3 divided. هدول x a coordinate ولا y coordinate that you are subtracting?
X.
انتبه يا teacher. إحنا اتفقنا إنه gradient it's change in y divided by change in x. مين y يا teacher? Is it the 6?
No, 2.
أيوة. So it's 2. You will start with the 2. Okay, يلا كمان مرة يا يحيى. Try it again.
2 minus -4 divide by 6 - 3.
Excellent. So it's 2 minus -4 divided by 6 minus 3. وانتبهوا يا شباب لهاي الشغلة كتير منيح. يعني يحيى is excellent. Okay, thank you very much. This is the first trial. But you have to consider that we always start, okay, with the y minus the y divided by x minus the x. Okay, so it's 2 minus the -4, and then we have the 6 minus the 3. Is that clear? And that the answer, of course, would be 6/3, and your gradient is 2. Who got it right first time? Thank you very much, Yahya. If yes, please just send me a thumb up. Let's check. How many students did it right first time? ولا حدا بعت لي thumb up? ولا حدا? No one? No one did it right first time? Well, then it's okay يا يحيى إنه أنت خلبطت, يعني بسيطة. تمام. Okay, يلا, let's go by. This is part A. Well, then I will give you a chance to go by part B alone. يلا, let's go by part B alone.
أنا؟
Do it yourself. لا يحيى, thank you very much. مين هذا؟ عبد الله صواف؟ I want you to take 2
يا
points.
مس ليش كنت عم بكتب؟
إيش يا عبد الله؟ قول لي يا teacher.
مس كنت عم بكتب.
طيب يا عبد الله, please mute yourself again. Thank you. Everybody take a minute, work it out on your notebook, and then we will do it together. Take a minute, do it step by step, شوي. Okay? لا ما رح آخذ هلأ questions ولا answers. Just do it yourself, step by step. وconsider إنه we go by. هاي, I will choose these 2 points. ننتبه وين y, وين x. It's always y divided by x. ننتبه كتير يا شباب وصبايا لهذا الموضوع. It's always the y change over the x change. I just labeled the x and y. Okay, Isra, please take a minute with your friends to answer it slowly. And then I will take your question. Thank you, teacher.
Copy question, the A. Right A.
You don't need to copy it, teacher. We just explained it. By the way, I will send you the presentation. الموضوع مش copying, الموضوع to understand. So I want you to start working exercise B. Thank you. الشباب اللي رافعين ايديهم انا رح انزل ايديكم. Okay? عشان to take your chance with your friends so you would do it and then we will check the answer. الفكرة إنه نعرف نحل مش الفكرة إنه نجاوب. Thank you. عمر نصار he wanted to participate. يلا مين كمان لسه رافع ايديه؟ عمر جيوسي. وينه عمر؟ أين أنت؟ ولسه عم نرفع ايدنا وزيد ولين. طيب who wants to help؟ يلا في عندي أنا رح أقول مين؟ ملكاوي. Tell me ملكاوي. Can you help me؟ محمد ملكاوي. يلا يا teacher. Unmute yourself. I miss. يلا let's find the gradient.
ماشي أنا اخترت 3 6 ونيجاتيف 6 نيجاتيف 3.
with 3 6 طيب you might get the same answer. خلينا نجرب هون على ال presentation what we already prepared. I choose these 2 points. So tell me the steps from the presentation in front of you. What shall I do?
بس مش مبين عندي شو أنت اخترتي. اخترتي نيجاتيف 6 نيجاتيف 3 نيجاتيف 3
yes.
0.
exactly.
اوكي اول شيء نسوي نيجاتيف 6 ماينس نيجاتيف 3.
اوكي هاي اول غلطه يا محمد انه you said negative 6 minus negative 3 و these are x-axis the x coordinate not the y coordinate.
لازم نبلش بالواي.
بس ما حكينا it's change in y divided by change in x. ما بينفع يا ملكاوي نعكسهم. it's the change in y over the change in x. thank you ملكاوي. رح اعطي chance لحدا ثاني شو رايك وتركز معي. thank you. اوكي نشوف مين. أميرة. يس أميرة كانت بدها وبطلت نبيه. يس يا نبيه. يلا يا تيتشر. هاي مس. كيفك يا مس؟
الحمد لله.
يلا قولي what shall I do?
First of all we find the difference between the two y's. So negative 3 minus 0.
Negative 3 minus 0 وبعدين
equals negative 3. Divided by the difference between the first x and the second one, which is negative 3. So negative 3 divided by negative 3.
Okay, let's see. It's the change in y. So it's 0 minus the negative 3. Negative 3 plus the 6, it's the same. 3 over 3. And that means the gradient is 1. Okay, who got it right first time? يلا شوف مين هلا. Please, I just want to see thumb up. أشوف. Okay, هاي سامي وهاي هلا رمضان. Great job, Jana. Hanan. Very good. Thank you very much, Nabi. You did a great job so far. Okay, محمد ميرامي. كمان سلوم ورهف وجود ورما بركات ولين البو. This is great. رغد فرح عمر أحمد. So far everybody did well. طيب let's take one more. Give yourself a chance to do it step by step. This is the last exercise for today. يلا يا شباب. This is the last exercise for today. يلا who wants to help? Did you do it? في عندي 14 participants. يلا. نقول مين؟ في عندي مثلا هلا حلواني اليوم ما سمعت صوتها وما رفعت ايدها. مثلا في عندي بان. يلا help me يا بان.
Okay. So I'm gonna pick 3.
Okay, hi Anna, I picked the first two, these 2 points. What do you think? We can choose any 2 points and get the same answer. تمام? So you can work with me on these points and then check your answer that you got on your notebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna do 3 minus 3.
So it's 3 minus 3.
Just 0.
And then?
And then we're gonna do negative 4 minus 5.
Okay. And that would be?
Positive 3. So the answer
positive 3. Ban, can I ask you something? What kind of lines, okay, has a gradient of 0? We took it, the first slide, لما قلت لكم remember, try to remember it. Huh? Can you remember that?
Horizontal.
Is it a horizontal line? Excellent. So what kind of that lines? It's a horizontal line, it has a gradient of 0. Remember I told you that we have 3 kinds of graphs, okay, gradient for the graphs, either increasing, and that would be a positive gradient, either decreasing, and that would be a negative gradient, or a horizontal line that has a 0 gradient, okay? طيب, before we, this is the last slide for the homework. Tamam? I want you please to ask me any question, if you have any question. These are your homeworks. So who has any question? مين عنده question؟ بلش من فوق. عمر نصار. Yes يا عمر. عمر.
Yes, I just wanted to answer.
You just wanted to answer. طيب, I will stop the share. Okay. Let's see. We have 62.
ممكن ترجع الهومورك.
ممكن ارجع الهومورك. هلا رح نبعث لك اياه يا تيتشر باوربوينت. هلا رح نبعته الهومورك. اوكي. طيب عمر نصار قلت لي ما عندك شيء. لين البو, do you have a question? لين
No teacher, I just wanted to answer.
اوكي. طيب نشوف مين كمان. عمر احمد. يس يا تيتشر.
لا بس كنت أجاوب.
بس كنت بدك تجاوب. اوكي. مين كمان؟ يحيى درويش. تفضل يا تيتشر.
Teacher, when they give you a question like question 8 and they give you coordinates, the first one is x and y1 and the second one is x and y2 and the third one is x and y3.
طيب.
يعني ما بينفع أعكسهم؟
هلا teacher, any 2 points that you choose would be accepted. بتنفع تعكسهم, بس بدك تنتبه شغله يا يحيى. If you started with مثلا, for example, you started with a point that is the second one, okay? y minus x على x على y minus y, ثاني وحده عند x axis لازم تبلش من نفس البوينت. Is that clear?
ما فهمت.
يعني أنا عندي 2 coordinates مثلا 4 و 5, okay? هي أول point. والثانية let's say it's 1 and 2, okay? إذا بلشت يا يحيى ب 2 minus the 5, بدي اللي عند الإكس axis بدي أقول 1 minus the 4. يعني البوينت اللي ببلش منها عند الواي هي نفسها البوينت اللي ببلش منها عند الإكس. understood؟
طيب.
هاي
yes.
بس الترتيب اللي لازم تنتبه له. مرح منصور. yes teacher.
Teacher, at the beginning of the meeting, my name tag, I was named something else, like iPhone something. I changed my name a couple of minutes ago. Like, am I like absent on like?
لا already هاي موجود عندي, بس أنا عندي مشكلة باسم اسمه home, مو قادرة أعرف هذا مين الاسم. أوكي. بس ما رح طلع عندي. تمام. هيو طلع عندي مرح. بس بدي أعرف عبيدة مش معانا صح؟ عبيدة وممدوح مش معانا اليوم. هاي 2 هدول من 8B. خلينا نشوف من 8C. أحمد لحام كمان you are not with us صح؟ أحمد لحام is not here إلا إذا كان هو home.
أنا home.
أنت الهوم أحمد. how many times did I tell you get the chance to change your name؟
مس ما عرفت كيف والله. I'm sorry.
مس أنا أقول لك كيف. تكبس جنب اسمك في كلمة more. شفتها؟
yes.
اكبس عليها مس بيطلع لك واحد من الأوبشنز rename yourself.
لا ما في.
محمد حافظ.
مس بجوز هسه طلعوا.
لا مس ما حدا طلع لسه. هيهم محمد حافظ ما كان موجود. يحيى دولة موجود. محمد حافظ ما كان موجود. طيب من 8C did I say leave the meeting؟
مس لأنه في كثير ناس طلعوا لأنه صارت الساعة 12.
بلشت. يلا نبيه. نبيه, do you have a question?
Yes, teacher.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. By the way, this meeting is ended for everybody. You may leave إلا اللي عندهم questions. تفضلوا. Thank you. Yes, نبيه.
Teacher, can I send you the homework on your email?
You can say on another email على
بس
إيميل
أنا كتير
المدرسة.
جربت أبعته عليه. مش شو
Can you enable the chat?
نعم.
Can you enable the chat?
نبيه بتقدر تبعته على إيميل المدرسة وتقدر تبعته على الماسنجر اللي إلي على الفيسبوك تيتشر. تمام؟ أوكي. يلا سامي, do you have a question?
بعثلك على الماسنجر ما وصل.
لا وصلني. لا عمر نصار ما وصلني.
بس
يس سامي.
Do we need a calculator or we don't? In this,
There's no need for a calculator. لا, there is no need for a calculator يا teacher.
Okay.
No need.
بس طب لو مس عندي سؤال.
تفضل.
مس هلا لو انه ما فهمت كيف نطلع